story one time. America is the fattest country in the world. Good. We're all eating good. That's a good sign right there. How can you bitch about that shit? People starving everywhere, we getting fat. Something's going right on. But the same damn station, a month later, no bullshit, more people are starving in America than ever before. Make up your flipping mind, would you? Are we fat or are we starving, for God's sake? Fat, skinny, fat, skinny. We're like Oprah. You know what I'm saying? One minute you see Oprah, she looks like a damn supermodel, and the next minute you see her, she looks like the spokesman for Fiddle Faddle Karma Corn, for God's sake. She needs to just pick away and stick to it. I like her. I'm trying to save her life up here. I'm doing my best to keep down healthcare costs. I've been giving out free breast exams at the food court on Friday. Trying to get back to the community a little bit. I got a buddy of mine lost his job recently. It has nothing to do with the economy, really. He's just an idiot. He works down at the Erotic Bakery. He got drunk one night and had sex with a bundt cake. Now he's broke and has a yeast infection. I don't want to talk about it. I ain't gonna harp on that. I ain't gonna harp on that at all. It just, I gotta tell you, it's just like, I don't know where some people come from. I remember I was watching news one time, and it's always bad shit. We live in the greatest country in the world. I know we're going through some trouble, but honest to God, I'm doing a show only in America with Larry the Cable Guy. I hope you've seen it. If you haven't, it's a great show. But it's something fun to do, but I wanted to travel around and do a positive show about America. Just show people that worked hard and accomplished their goals. And you know, it's a good show. But you travel around, most of the good folks out there, 98% of us are good people, you know. But when you turn on the news, all of a sudden we're all bigots and homophobes and assholes. I get sick of being called names when I'm not what that. It's bullshit, you know what I mean? And I remember I turned on the news, and it just insane. Remember when that girl got killed by a killer whale at SeaWorld? Horrible story. PETA. Those two farting fairy peckerheads, PETA. I get sick of their shit. If you're in PETA, you're an asshole, alright? I don't mind saying it, but I gotta tell you, somebody's gotta start speaking up about that shit. I'm sick and tired of just wimping out and not saying it. What a bunch of freaking more. They go down to SeaWorld, these peckerheads. A killer whale just killed this girl, and they go down there. We need to have an investigation on what went wrong. It's a freaking killer whale. Case closed. And people keep harping on that. What went wrong? How could that be? How could a killer whale? It's a killer whale! It's like picking up a stripper named Syphilis and wondering what the hell happened to that kid. It don't make any sense. I mean, it just flat out irritates you. It really does. Remember that guy that sued Kentucky Fried Chicken? Here's the thing that always irritates me. Remember the guy that sued Kentucky Fried Chicken because there was too much trans fat in the chicken? Hey, I got an idea. Keep your fat ass out of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Where do these... I'm glad I live in America, and I'll tell you what, because we're free to have choices and do what we want to do, regardless of what you think of it. As long as you're not hurting anybody else or you're physically abusing, you can do whatever you want. If somebody don't like you eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's your freaking business, not that freaking loudmouth. You know what I'm talking about? And you got all these people, you shouldn't eat meat, it's bad for you. Hey, I got an idea. I'll eat meat, you eat vegetables, we'll live happy. I don't give a shit. I love you. If you're a vegetarian, God bless you. You're an American, just like I am. You eat vegetables, but shut up and let me eat my damn meat. I never said it. But they say that meat's bad for you. Meat'll kill you. You should eat vegetables. Yeah, they just recalled spinach a couple of months ago. They recalled lettuce. They recalled celery. They recalled tomatoes. When's the last time they recalled a Slim Jim? Can you tell me that much right there? That's right. They don't, because that's good shit. And whoever said an onion is the only vegetable that makes you cry has never wiped their ass with a corn cob. show on the TSA, and I will say I met a lot of them folks that was out there, and they hate it just as much as you and I, that they got to do what they got to do. But the dumbasses that run that thing make these guys do that they're going to lose their job. They got families to feed like everybody else. But it pisses me off. You go to TSA, people, like you got to check up on here, make sure you're not smuggling nothing. Now, what possibly am I going to smuggle under my nuts, bring an airplane down? Hey, I tell you what, put your nose in my ass crack right there. All right, that'll have people rolling down windows in that son bitch in there. I'll be losing air pressure. Let me tell you something, if I could smuggle something under my nuts on the airplane, it'd be luggage, so I ain't got to pay the extra $25. They killed Bin Laden, that's a good thing. That sick prick, I'm glad they got rid of that bastard. They said when they found that dude, he was living in a house with 9 wives and 23 kids. Holy shit. If we'd have waited a week, he'd have shot himself in the head. What a hypocrite that peckerhead was, huh? Freaking asshole. Then they found him, went to his bedroom, had pornography under his bed. What an Osama bin Laden. More like Osama bin whacking for 9 years. Pervert, you could get pregnant sitting on his sheets, that idiot. What a termite. I feel bad for Tiger Woods a little bit. I mean, he shouldn't have done what he did. I just, look. They say he can't sleep at night, he gotta take sleeping pills. And I'm like, look, here's the deal. Tiger, if you can't sleep at night, do what we do. Watch golf. I went to golf one time, it cost me $300 to golf, and that was just to pay the guy to help get my foot out of the damn windmill. All right. I went golfing for real at a real golf course, $500. And that was just to pay the guy to help me get my foot out of the guy's ass and said it was going to be $500. Well, get her done. Let me say one more thing and then I'll move off of this whole thing. I always talk about that global warming bullshit, What the... Let me ask you this. How did the ice melt during all the other ice ages? How did it melt? Was the dinosaurs driving around in SUVs and shit? How'd all that carbon get in the air all them millions of years ago? 12 times as much as there is today. How'd that get? It's bull. Let me tell you something. You get all these Hollywood bitches. Sheryl Crow. I love Sheryl Crow. I've been on a bunch of shows with her. She's very sweet, did a song in cars. I like her. Looks like one of my ex-girlfriends, only shorter, and the face is completely different. I remember she said one time, if we would just use 1 square of toilet paper, we could help save our planet from global warming. 1 square of toilet paper. Evidently, Sheryl ain't been eating what I'm eating. Sheryl ain't been to my grandma's house on Sloppy Joe Sunday. 1 square. I went through the whole roll, the tube, and a couple of pillowcases. I had after that. That was rough. Good Lord, I had to wipe with a sham wipe. Seen a show on evolution the other day. Let me ask you this. If there's such a thing as evolution, how come them goldfish ain't figured out how to pinch off that 1.5 inch long turd they got trying to make? You think it'd be a tail by now, wouldn't you? Can you imagine going through life with a turd following you everywhere you went? Now you know how Obama feels with Biden walking behind him everywhere they go. Let me say this, I remember growing up, I had a hard time with the ladies, and I really did. You wouldn't think, a fella like me, Brad Pitt, good looks, firm muscular buttocks and firm jaw. I dated a volleyball player.